least one of these before, but at milestones we like to acknowledge folks for helping make us the organization that we are, and today we had one of those milestones. So I wanted to take a few minutes just to point out. Of course, I'm talking about the release of today's scorecard. Really important piece of work that is going to have a long lasting tail. It's more than just today. We've set out for the provincial campaign and the mayoral campaigns across the entire region a challenge that I think is going to be very impactful on the debate that's going to come forward in the next several months. So I'm very pleased that we've been able to do that, and we've got a few more milestones like this nature to come, but this is probably one of the biggest. So I wanted to just say a couple of thank yous, and I'm going to ask Natasha to round out the field. But just first and foremost, I really want to pick two people on my team, and then I'm going to ask Natasha to send some other acknowledgements as well as the leader of this initiative. But two in particular. One, so obviously, is Natasha herself. For 6 years in a row has driven our scorecard report into the institution that it has become. It is now the foundation of people's understanding of the economic performance of this region, and it is a report that so easily could get lost in the sort of the monotony of a year over year. But every single year, we found a way to make it really relevant, and that's not an easy thing to do. And that's something that more than anybody in this organization is responsible for. It's Natasha. So I want to first of all thank Natasha. The other, and before I turn it over to Natasha, is one other person who isn't here, but we're recording. So and I'll try not to be emotional as I say this, but Chris Halling, his fingerprints are so deeply in this report. When we got together to put this paper idea in what we then realized had to be an accelerated pathway to getting this out, in order to, because actually initially we were going to put it out in early January, and then we ended up delaying a little bit, but we were ready, and we needed to make this the one scorecard that topped all the others. It was an important election year. It was fitting right into our Think Twice, Vote Once campaign. And so much of the genius behind the model and the idea to do this projection was Chris Halling, and so we wouldn't be here today without him. So Chris, have everybody here, thank you very much. And we'll see you back soon. Natasha, here's the list.
Thanks, Richard. And I also wanted, likewise, I also wanted to say huge kudos to Juan Gomez, a policy star, admiration for me, admiration for the organization, huge brains behind this report and the initiative. And of course, Richard, thank you guys so much for an opportunity to come back and to drive this initiative forward, because it was a natural transition for me to come back. I understood exactly why we were doing this, why it was important for the organization. So thank you very much for setting that huge milestone for the organization going forward. I wanted to also thank another member of the policy team who is behind the screen. He's filming right now, Patrick. And Patrick, I admire your process, your drive to go forward, to organize everyone. You are one of my favorite project managers to work with. And so thank you to you for your organization, for pulling all important players into this. And as a Decision 2014 campaign manager, I'm very proud to be working side by side with you. My next kudos is to MJ. MJ, just another great year for the two of us to take this report to the production stage. And you are my star. I really appreciate everything you have been doing. You have been driving this, and you have been very professional, very balanced. You took all the feedback from all of us, and you did it in great stride. And I really appreciate everything that you have been able to do for us for 2 years in a row now.
Thanks, Natasha. It's a pleasure.
Okay, my next big thank you is to Scott, and of course not you, but Scott, you just how elegantly you put all of this together in the communication message and pull the package together for us and just make it work for the organization. And it's a great honor to work side by side with you, to be exposed to a great sense of humor and a very strong sense of professionalism and strong workability. I don't know what else to say. I mean, you are the brains behind this, so thank you very much to you for this. Carol wanted to say thank you very much for the delivery of the message and really asking all the critical questions from the policy team and from Scott. You take it to such an amazing level for the organization. Whether you do it on CBC Metro Morning this morning at 6:55, I don't know how you do this, but you do it fantastically well, and certainly when you do speaking remarks, Q&As, and the questions that you ask from the team are just really great questions, and thank you for that. So my next person is Tricia. Tricia, thank you for working very diligently on the mailing list. We are distributing this report, as you know, to our members, to prestige members, VIP and VVIPs, and Tricia is absolutely amazing in terms of putting the list together, and I'm working very diligently in that very difficult process.
Indeed.
Can I just I agree with all the kudos to the various people, but I really have to say that Tricia took on a huge task here, and someone who's relatively new and trying to navigate it. And I know Sahib's not here, but we had a technology discussion around it last week, and your patience and your perseverance and your professionalism, when I personally would have lost my temper many a time, is incredible. And I think you've discovered things that you're going to take back into the technology team about how we're going to fix this going forward. So I think we all owe you a huge thanks, because we can do a great report, but if we can't get it out there, I always say it stays within a few walls. So I would like to give you an extra special thanks.
Okay, so also thank you to Andrea. Where is Andrea? Andrea, it's always a pleasure to work with you. Great professionalism and putting the room together and doing it with such ease, as if this is just nothing to put together 100 people at our event. Thank you to you, and thank you for making the room look wonderful today, and the event went really well, so appreciate this. And two people that I would like to point out, but I just want to apologize if I missed someone. But I really wanted to say a huge thank you to Carol and to Eric, working behind the scenes, putting it together on the website, on the postcard that we all saw this afternoon, and obviously the communication messages and all the letters that are going to be going out to members. Thank you for hard work.
Great. That's it. Thank you.
Super, well done.
And Matthew.
Hello.
Are we live?
Thank you,
Are we
Matthew.
live? Hi, Chris. Hi, Chris. Bye.
Are we sending that to Chris, or is Chris like on there?
Live?